We have House Speaker Pelosi speaking right now, saying that the House will move fast to vote on the deal. Of course, they're running out of time. They're going out on recess.
Vacation or get a deal. It looks like they are going to get that deal, but this despite some cries from ultra-conservative members of the House of Representatives. It's going to be interesting to watch the next 24 hours to see just what the tally is on Republican who decide to vote against this White House. But bottom line, in what can only be described as the most heated political rhetoric in the first term of this White House. Of course, I'm alluding to President Trump's attacks against the 4 freshman congresswomen. Speaker Nancy Pelosi and President Trump were able to get a 2-year deal on the debt ceiling with no poison pills, according to the president. Now, earlier today, I spoke with special counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway. I asked her about whether or not the president could commit to a deal, and she said that at that time they were unable to commit, that they had concerns about veterans, but clearly the president getting those details hammered out. But as we move forward, I mean, this is no small feat. I mean, this deal, should it ultimately be signed by President Trump, we won't have a debt ceiling fight until after the next presidential election.
Kevin, it was a classic compromise in many ways. Everybody's walked away a little bit unhappy. Who had to give up what?
Well, if you talk to, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I mean, if you talk to Republicans, they're going to say that they wanted more savings, that they only got about half of the savings that they would like to have seen in terms of government, in terms of cutting government spending. And then when you talk to Democrats, they're going to say that there wasn't enough spending. But ultimately, $17 billion worth of additional defense spending allocated for the next calendar year and compared with 2019 levels. So there's a little bit for everybody. There's also a little bit for everybody to be unhappy about. But hey, they got a deal. They got a deal, and it's a 2-year deal. And that means that if all goes according to plan, and we all know here in Washington, anything could happen at any second or any tweet. But if all goes according to plan, they're going to be able to go on their August recess.